Hey, so I think it would probably be smart if I told you guys who I was. I started this 30-day vlog challenge without even telling you guys who I am, not thinking about the fact that there could be new people on this channel that have never even heard of me before or don't even know who I am. Not that I'm anybody special or important or anything like that, so if that's who you're looking for, I guess I'm not your guy. I've always had an interest in vlogging, and I was never able to have the discipline to do it. A lot of times things come up and I'm looking at my phone and getting distracted, and so one thing that I've realized is I want to keep doing this. I really like the idea of vlogging, but I want to do it and need to do it in such a way that it doesn't prevent my life from happening. I want my life to still go on without having to pause life to set up a camera. And I just want to find a way to make this work. Yeah, so who am I? Okay, so the first and foremost, I am a Christ follower and I am a husband. I've been married this year, July 9th, will be 20 years that I'll be celebrating marriage with my wife, Amy. And so we will have been married 20 years on July 9th. That's pretty crazy. I'm 41. I have two boys, two teenage boys. One is turning 18 this month. In fact, in 3 days. Let me double check that. 2 days. And the other is 15. And he's a kind of around Christmas baby, so he'll be following soon after. Yeah, so one is turning 18, one is going to be driving soon. I'll have two teenage boys on the insurance bill, so that is awesome. As far as work goes, I am a youth pastor / associate pastor here at my family and home church, Fellowship Baptist Church. My wife has been going to this church since she was a baby, and her dad was actually in the youth group of this church when he was, a teenager. So deep in my wife's roots, but also I met my wife at a church camp, and I was going at the time through alcohol and drug issues and gang issues and all this stuff, broken family type stuff. And I was going through all that, and I got approached by a gentleman in a Jaguar of all cars down the street from my house. And as I was on my way out to want to end my life, this man pulls up to me and invites me to church, and he has my brother in the car with him. And the rest is history, really. I committed to going, not knowing really what it would do for me or anything. And so I went to church, and I just kept going and kept getting in trouble, kept living a life that wasn't Christ-like, but I was being taught along the way, discipled along the way. And I ended up moving in out of my grandma's house and in with a guy named Bob Mena. And Bob Mena, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done in my life, that you did do in my life. And you taught me what respect was. You taught me what it was like to be a husband. And you made chili verde for me and took me to the Arizona Cafe. And those times in my life, even though maybe at the time it didn't seem like it, they were extremely important to me. Looking back, of course. And I do appreciate you and your wife, Katie. I really love you guys and want to thank you for that, just in case you're watching this. But it's people like that God has put in my life, the Highfields, my friend Seth, really taught me how to just be a good human, but also how to manage my money, how to be nice to people, how to be kind and loving, but also how to be authoritative and have some self-respect and start to learn how to gain confidence and work skills and work ethic. All of those things were brought to me by these men that God put in my life. My current pastor, my current boss, Grant Bennett, he is another one. And his best friend, Chris White, who I am with in social media stuff with, we are in partnership today. And so for about 20 years, I didn't talk with Chris and Grant. They went to the first church that I went to. I didn't talk with them, and then now we're in full circle back in relationship with each other and stuff. It's crazy how God works. Long story for my testimony, but that is my life. Like, so that when you see all my content, you see what I'm about, you'll see that interwoven into the things that I talk about, into the things that I do. Because there's such a big part of me that you can't look another way. I can't just give up and set aside those things and values in my life to try to pretend to be somebody that I'm not, because that would just not be true. Another thing that I think would be important to let you guys know is that my wife has 20 years, man, put up with me through alcoholism and all kinds of other stuff. And we are still married to this day. And she is the greatest thing in my life, next to my kids, of course. But my wife has fully supported me in a lot of ventures, a lot of failed ventures, including some YouTube stuff. I almost even lost $10,000 in crypto. I had bankruptcy. I went through a lawsuit where I settled out of court and had to pay monthly to people. I had a construction company and a home inspection company that went downhill, and we've been through a lot. And so for me to come up with a crazy idea that I'm going to be a content creator, you could only imagine what her thoughts were. Yet she supports me still, and this is the only thing so far. I've tried along the way, like through all the other adventures, I still continue to try and develop my skills in online, like by either network marketing or building websites, learning how to use WordPress and Aweber and all these different things so I could build mailing lists, learning how to write ad copy and content creation scripts and stuff like that. And all these times I'm like pursuing all these things, but I'm never actually doing them. And so now is the time that I've decided I'm going to actually start. What else is there that I can tell you about me? So I have a dog, a German Shepherd. We've had multiple dogs in our lifetime. And yeah, 2 teenage boys. Man, my boys, they are awesome. They surprise me every day. So one of them, my oldest one, he's very into cars. He wants to take auto mechanics after he's done with high school. And he wants to work on cars. And the funny thing about that is my grandpa and my dad and great grandpa, they were all mechanics by trade. And it was one thing that I thought like I wanted to do as well. And then I wanted to really try hard with my dad. And my dad always like, get out of here. I'm trying to work on the car. You're bugging me. And so I, in my brain, pushed that away. I pushed it away. I didn't want anything to do with it. And then all of a sudden, my son grows up and has an interest in cars, and that's what he wants to do for a living. Like, okay, God, you got a sense of humor. So I'm learning to reignite a passion or a desire to learn that kind of stuff. I don't even know if I've shared this with him fully, and I enjoy working on cars, but more importantly, I enjoy working with him on stuff. But I get it. Sometimes he doesn't want me to work with him on stuff, and that's totally cool. Nothing personal. My other son, he's 15, and they are both extremely smart. My other son is more along the lines of he has an interest in computers, and so he wants to have a business where he's building custom PCs for people and selling those on his YouTube channel ventures, and that would be more for like gaming design, graphic design type PCs and stuff like that. More towards gaming, but he knows so much. Both of these kids like know so much about cars or computers, and like I honestly, if I need to know something about a car, I'll ask my son. If I need to know something about specs on a computer, if it's going to be enough to like work with OBS or certain graphics cards for video editing and stuff like that, I literally go to my 15-year-old son. That's how smart they are in these areas. And a lot of the stuff that even I mess with here, video editing, YouTube advice, like all that kind of stuff, I even come to them because they have more insight on what's going on in their current culture with their generation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And so I go to them. I go to them for those answers. And so I don't know if they really know how important that is to me. But as someone who has the desire and the passion to create content, like I really feel like they have such a huge influence on this aspect of my life. And daily they encourage me and challenge me to be a better father and to be a better husband, but to also be just a better contributor to the good in this earth, and this planet while I have time on it still. And so that says a lot. Other than that, so the youth pastor part, I know this is long, guys, but I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. The youth pastor part of this, what I do is I teach Sunday school and I teach Wednesday nights. And so I help equip and disciple students here at our church. And it's been a really fun time. It's been 5 years now for me since I have changed or been called into the ministry. And I have seen so many students come and go, some with a lot of problems, some that are off in college, some that went to the military, and just so many students come and go. And it takes a toll on you because you start to build relationships with these people and then they leave, or they are just not as involved. They're just like church isn't relevant to them anymore or anything. And it becomes like heartbreaking, but at the same time, like when I do see them, I'm happy to see them, and I'm not like trying to throw it at them like missed church on Sunday. Sometimes I will just to mess with them, but not always. Anyways, that's the gist of it. Anyways, YouTube, the vlog, like 30 vlogs. That's a lot. This is technically, I don't know if this is really a vlog. Can it be a vlog without a cool intro sequence? Like, I don't know. Maybe this will just be the intro video. Yeah. I don't know. This can be a vlog, right? A vlog's just a video log of something you put out on the internet for everyone to either make fun of you about or join in with you on for. So other than being a father and husband, I'm a brother. I have two brothers, actually, one that I'm really close with and one not so much. And so one of my brothers lives in Henderson, Nevada. And in fact, I'm going to be going camping with him soon. And we're going to camp in our Teslas. So depending on when you're watching this video, either go down and check it out and search for that video, or be on the lookout for it because it's not out yet at the time of recording this video, which is now April 15th, tax day. So my brother, man, we have gone through a lot. Everything that I talked about in my life, he was there for the ride. And there was a period of time where we kind of weren't really like talking as much because he moved to Henderson, Nevada when my dad took off, and I stayed here in Bakersfield. And but now we're super close. We always talk. We text back and forth almost daily. And it's just so cool to be able to be so close to my brother now and have that relationship with him. Super excited about that. He encourages me every single day, and whether or not he knows it, like he really does encourage me. I love having him around to laugh with him and joke with him, and he brings this whole different side of life that I don't always see because his personality is just so different. And so I really love that about him. So Nathan, if you're watching, I love you, brother. Next to that is a friend. I have quite a few friends, and only a handful, I should say, though, that are very good friends. Chris White being one of them, Pastor Grant Bennett being another, my friend Seth Highfill. My brother is another close friend of mine. Hey, real quick, so I was watching this back, and I wanted to mention that my father-in-law is another person in my life that I would consider not just family, but a friend as well. He has encouraged me and talked with me, given me advice, walked me through life, helped me out financially, and really he was like a significant part in bringing me through some very hard times. And one could say he's being a little biased because I'm married to his daughter, and he wanted to make sure that she was taken care of. But really, there's a special connection there that we have too. And so he's like a father that I never had. And so I love him too. And thank you, Dan, if you're watching. I've got a ton of friends and family here at the church that we consider each other family, like church family, brothers and sisters in Christ. And it's really cool, man. I've had teeth hurting so bad that I literally dropped to my knees in pain. And I've had a brother here say, I want to pay for your dental work. And like, man, it's just been so crazy. Like the life that God has blessed me with is just amazing. Even though there have been trials, I'm not saying it's perfect. there have been a lot of issues, a lot of things that if you were to look at my life and say, how are you a Christian? Like, God has brought me through so much. And while this video may not be what you expected, I can't help but to talk about God and Jesus and church. It's just so integrated in my life that it would be foolish for me. I would have to try to ignore it, and that would just be fake. And so I think that everybody here on YouTube, anybody that might be watching, you guys want to see real, right? You want to see real and raw and actual life, real life stuff. What's going on? And so right now I'm actually recording this in the youth room at our church. That's just part of my life. I'm just here. And I thought I need to vlog, but I also need to let people know who they're watching. Why would I want to watch you? And so if any of this resonates with you, I would really love for you guys to jump in and join me on this journey. The goal is that after this 30-day challenge, that I continue to post. I would love to post for an entire year and then be able to go back to those moments and still watch them. That would be so cool. I think the other challenge is just maintaining consistency and letting you guys know, it's not just going to be about the religious stuff, right? Because the other side of me is I'm a content creator. I also, on a part-time schedule, earn anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on how it's going and how much effort I put into it, what content I'm putting out. And so I do Amazon Influencer Program. I am a TikTok Shop affiliate. I founded and helped run a school community called 300 Monthly, where we have 340 plus members now. And we are like-minded creators. It's not a Christian specific group. And so you guys, anybody that wants community inside of this, we can't do this kind of stuff alone. And so it's just deep in my roots. That's why I explained the Christian thing, right? We'll call it the Christian thing, but it's really my life, revitalizing a church, having a church family. There's 120 members here that come here every Sunday, and I know every single one of them by name, and I can point them out in a crowd and go and shake their hands and give them a hug, and they would help me. They would give their shirts off their backs for me, and I would do the same for them. That's big, right? That's a lot. It's not a 10,000 plus member church, but it's community. And so community resonates a lot with me and my friend Chris. And we also got on with Chrissy because she loves community as well. And she loves to help people. She's awesome. She's another friend of mine. And she is in our community as well as an admin and a trainer. And so she has a passion to help. And when you get into our community, you'll see all three of us in there. But community is such a big thing because it takes a big toll on us to create content and be creative, that in the creative process, we get lost in our thoughts. And guess what? Doubt comes in and skill is lacking. So that's two things, right? Doubt, lacking skill, and then lacking resources. And so when you have a community, you get people to encourage you. People can help teach you. And the encouragement, the teaching, you've got this big resource that can help you out along the way. We can't do this stuff alone. It gets tiring. I've already tried it many times. So a lot of what you see me doing or saying throughout the week is it could be content creation related. It's always going to be an interminglement. Is that a word? Interminglement of what I do in my day-to-day life. So it's content creation, church, family, that could be barbecue tips. There's just so much stuff inside of this vlog. Travel too. My wife and I love to travel. And so there might be times that actually in about a week, we're going to Arkansas and we're driving all the way back to Arkansas. So that will be here as well. So it's just fun things like that. What are we seeing on road trips? What are we doing at the church event? What am I doing in the school community? What type of content am I creating? How am I building and structuring my business? How am I managing my family budget? All of these things. What am I doing as a father? How are my kids doing? We homeschool as well. We homeschool both of our boys and through a charter school. So that what are we doing with that? And that charter school is actually wanting me to help them start a YouTube channel /podcast. And I help them pick out their equipment and cameras, all the stuff they need. And so I'm going to start sharing some of that. Like, there's so much fun stuff that I feel like is fun to me in my life that I'm just like, I got to share this with people. Like, it's exciting. There's some exciting things happening. I wish I would have started a long time ago, but I didn't. Well, I did, but I failed and I didn't keep trying. So this time it's different, guys. If you like this, then stay along for the journey. If you don't, then no hard feelings. But one thing I would say is I would just encourage you to do your thing. You guys do your thing. If you want to vlog and talk about your journey, then do it. Don't be discouraged. Don't not do it, because I did that same thing. I actually made a video like a couple years ago that was talking about how I made a video like when YouTube first kind of came out, like 14 or 15 years ago. I made a video, and the YouTube channel was Punt Productions, and it was like this little short film I made with some friends and my brother, and I think it has like 300 views now, maybe. I don't know. I'll tag it in the description. But either way, it's a really old video, and I just did all the shots and editing, and it's terrible. But I wish I would have kept pursuing it from that long ago. Like, that's how long this passion has been burning inside of me, and I've done nothing about it. And I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting 14, 15, 16 years to finally just do something that I enjoy, even if it doesn't bring me satisfaction or like to the world standard success. Because life is too short to worry about all of that stuff. And I think that we should just have fun with this and just create. Just create for the sake of creating. And if all else fails, we can go back and watch it on a family night in our living room and have some popcorn. We call it family movie night. And it's fun. It's fun. So guys, I hope that this isn't just another boring video. Like, I really hope that this encourages you to at least create something on your own, and you don't have to subscribe. But I'd really like you to, because I do want to share this with a lot of people. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. Catch you guys on the next video.